Hi, Sagittarius. Welcome to your weekly forecast for December 5th through the 11th. You might stumble upon this video at a later time. That's fine. You're going to see it whenever you're meant to see it. Keep in mind it is a general reading for the collective. Therefore, not every single message is going to resonate, and that's okay. Take what does, leave what doesn't. And happy birthday if it happens to be your birthday this week, Sagittarius. Or if it happens to be your birthday whenever you stumble upon this. We're going to see what's coming up here for the Sagittarius collective, Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Moon, and Sagittarius Rising. Let's get right on into it, my darlings, and see what we have coming up for you all. I'll move you all just a little bit closer. First card coming up here for the Sagittarius collective is the Princess of Cups. Okay, this could be a youthful, younger, playful water sign person coming into a situation. Now, if you're new to my channel, I do love readings separate. Sometimes love messages do creep into the weeklies, and if and when they do, I try to be open to that. So some of you, maybe this could be like a love situation, but not necessarily, since in the weeklies we're looking at just kind of everything, every aspect of life. You may be assigned to work with a younger or youthful water sign person on a project at work. You may be collaborating with a youthful water sign person. This could be a child if you're a parent, a water sign child that you may be focusing on or dealing with in the coming week. For me, in my readings, the Princess of Cups has a lot to do with the heart chakra opening up and the sense of playfulness. Okay, so this card can be coming up to let you know, Sagittarius, make time for play this week. Maybe things feel a little heavy. I know the energies have been intense lately and people have been a little feisty. I don't know if you guys have encountered this, but people seem to be on edge. People seem to be getting triggered a lot more easily, and I think a lot of it is because of like the intense astro weather we have right now and the shifts that we're going through. And you may feel agitated, or you may feel like you're doing a lot of release and you're like, oh my God, like when am I ever going to be happy? I'm doing all this letter writing, forgiveness, resentment release, shadow work. When am I ever going to be happy? And the Princess of Cups or Page of Cups says, we need to add. We're doing the stripping away, but we need to add. Playfulness is a big part of our healing. It's good that you're doing clearing work and that heavy shadow work, but you need to incorporate play, because play is when we're opening the heart, raising our vibration, and opening up to receive new things. Some of you are already on that receiving end and you're feeling a little overwhelmed and you're tempted to shoot yourself in the foot. You're tempted to self-sabotage and just shut things down and push things away because receiving feels overwhelming. And this says, hey, look, it's okay to slow down here a little bit. It's okay to take breaks. It's okay to focus your attention elsewhere for a little bit, but don't shut down. Don't push it away. Don't turn yourself off. Go at a pace that you feel comfortable. So like this could be in terms of friendships. This could be in terms of like if you're self-employed or working on passion projects, you may be getting attention or commissions or whatever it might be. And a part of you might feel a little overwhelmed by this. And you might be tempted to say, oh, I'm not ready for this, or I can't do this, or it's too much. Maybe slow it down instead of stopping it entirely. You know, maybe take a break and come back to it, but don't shut it down. In terms of love life, you might be feeling really overwhelmed emotionally, and you may be tempted to ghost somebody or shut the door on them. And this card says, hey, take it easy. It's okay to slow it down. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to not talk every single day. It's okay to not see each other every single week. If you need to slow it down, by all means, slow it down, but don't stop. The next card that's coming up here for the Sagittarius collective is the King of Swords. This could be an air sign person, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. If you have water placements, air sign placements, you may be focusing on these areas of your life. You may be trying to get things in order in these areas of your life. The King of Swords is also the master of negotiation. So, Sagittarius, if there's something that you're wanting to confront this week, go into it with a playful approach and go into it with logic and reason, but try to avoid going into the situation with like, this isn't fair and you never do this and I always do that, because unfortunately, even though you might be right, unfortunately, human nature is people hear that and they get defensive, the walls go up, they don't want to hear it, they don't want to admit their wrongs or their shortcomings. But the King of Swords is the master of negotiation, and he's the master at finding the common ground and the win-win solution, right? King of Swords is going to come in and say, here, this is what I want, and this is why it makes sense for you to give it to me, because here's what you're getting out of it. Here's how you're benefiting by receiving what I would like. And so there could be this give and take negotiation. King of Swords could also be seeking expert advice as you're moving forward in a situation. So maybe it could be working with a life coach, a therapist, a counselor. It could be seeking out legal advice from a lawyer in a situation and getting some legal advice. I do feel here there is some element of protection with this King of Swords. So I do feel some of you may be looking into things like written agreements or contracts to like protect your work or your investments or your shares in something, or you may be looking into like a renter's rights in a situation, like what your rights are as a renter. You might be going and looking at your lease and like breaking down the language. Maybe even you're getting some guidance around like legal advice or something, or not. Maybe you're getting legal advice or counsel about like the legal verbiage in like a lease or rental agreement. This could also be some kind of like waivers, right? So if you are doing something in terms of self-employment, or starting some kind of project or doing something with the public, you may be putting waivers and releases in place. Like, okay, you're going to sign this release, you're going to sign this waiver, you're not holding me liable for anything, or I'm not going to be liable for anything later, results may vary, all that kind of terminology. Some of you may be getting some kind of like protection in place for yourself in terms of forms and contracts. The next card that's coming up here for the Sagittarius collective is the Tower. This could be Scorpio energy. If you have Scorpio placements, there could be big and sudden changes and shifts happening for you in your life. Some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio that might be coming up here. But the Tower is a big permanent change that might feel like it's coming out of nowhere. It might feel quite sudden. It doesn't have to be doom, destruction, and disaster. Sometimes people see the Tower in this way, of like this doom, destruction, disaster, and sometimes it comes in that way. But what the Tower really is the cosmic prison break. Because if you know anything about tarot and the major arcana, the Tower follows the devil, and the devil is when we're stuck and we're trapped. Tower is our angels and guides coming in and freeing us from a situation. So there could be something that no longer serves you that is being removed rather quickly. You may seek out legal advice in that process. And whatever it might be may end up being a blessing in disguise for you. You may be compensated for this sudden change. You may be compensated for this thing being pulled out from under you. Right? So maybe there could be something with a living situation that's abruptly coming to an end. And you may discover that, well, hey, my landlord needs to pay for me to stay in a hotel until I find a new place. Or my landlord's going to have to pay for my moving expenses because of this situation. Legally, they're liable. If it's a job suddenly coming to an end, you may be entitled to some kind of restitution or reimbursement, especially if your rights had been violated in some way. So there could be something here where something is coming to a sudden end, where you're seeking out legal counsel around it, and in the long run, it's something beneficial for you or a blessing in disguise. Tower card can also just be something that's pushing us out of our comfort zone. That's very positive. It could be landing your dream job. It could be a business taking off and becoming self-employed. It could be meeting the love of your life, moving to your dream home, becoming a parent. It could be wonderful, happy milestones, but basically it's a permanent change that's pushing us out of our comfort zone. The feeling and the vibe that I'm feeling for most of you, Sagittarius, is I do feel like some of you kind of want to pop off in a situation. I do feel there's a lot of anger coming to the surface where you may be a tower in somebody else's life, right? Like maybe you try the playful approach, you're trying the logical approach, and you may feel like, okay, like I'm going to have to shut this down, or I'm going to have to cut this person out, or I'm going to have to put an end to the situation. I feel for some of you, you're fed up and you're the tower in the situation for somebody else. The next card that's coming up here for the Sagittarius collective is the Strength card. Now we have two major arcana cards coming in back to back. When major arcana cards come in back to back for me in a reading, it's telling me big changes and big shifts in a short period of time. Okay? And oftentimes things that are clearing away karma, like past life stuff, karma kind of stuff, coming into new contracts, new agreements here with the universe. And so it could be big changes in a short period of time. Strength card is about vulnerability. It's also a card about commitment, loyalty. It is associated with the astrological sign of Leo. So some of you could be dealing with somebody who's a Leo or has Leo placements. Again, if you yourself have Leo placements, there could be big changes or big shifts happening for you in those houses or in those areas of your life. But in this instance, to have the Strength card follow the Tower gives me the feeling or sense, Sagittarius, that some of you are making a decision where you're going out on your own. And there may have been someone that was leading you to believe that they were going to partner up with you. They were going to do something with you. Maybe it's a younger water sign person, and you were under the impression of like, we're going to do this together. We're going to go into business together. We're going to find a place and move in together. We're going to, whatever it is, right? We're going to collaborate together, or we're going to, whatever. And you may find now that this person is kind of like pulling out, or this person is kind of teetering or wavering, or, oh, well, I never said that. I said this, or I said that. It was a misunderstanding. I was just talking, like throwing ideas around. I hadn't agreed to anything. There could be something where you feel someone is not following through. That little bell may have been a confirmation here for some of you. Like, yeah, that resonates, or I have an idea of who that is. So there could be someone who just simply is not following through. And now you're like, well, you know what? I'm not going to let this stop me. I'm discouraged. I'm disappointed. I'm bummed out. But I'm not going to let this stop me. I'm going to go do this thing anyway. I'm going to move forward with this business anyway. I'm going to find a new place to move anyway. I'm going to take this vacation or this trip anyway. So it's like you're not letting it stop you, but you're going out on your own. The beautiful thing about it with the Strength card, she's going out into the unknown. She's going out into this uncharted territory, and she finds this ally and this protector along the way. She finds someone who has her back and who's there for her. And so in going out on your own, Sagittarius, you're coming into loyalty. You're coming into commitment. No more fickle energy. No more tottering, teetering, wavering here, but consistency, stability, people who are going to have your back, people who are going to be at your side through thick and thin. But you got to stay to your course. Just because somebody is wavering or somebody isn't following through, now if you give up on what you wanted, you're going to continue to attract that fickle energy. But if you have the relationship with yourself where you're like, I'm being loyal to me, I'm committing to me, I am making my wants and my needs a priority, and I'm not letting things get in my way, guess what's going to happen? Now you're manifesting and attracting people who are going to be on the same page and who are going to be committed to helping you and being supportive of you because you have that relationship with yourself. So there's a big shift happening here that's resulting in permanent stability, but also loyalty. You might feel like people are being a little fickle, or people are telling you one thing and then doing something else. And now there's this sudden change, this sudden shift where uh, you're not tolerating it. You're focusing on you. It almost feels like a Queen of Swords energy to me. Like either make yourself useful or get the heck out of my way. Don't distract me. Don't delay me. Don't drill holes in my boat when I'm not looking. Don't tell me that I should do it a different way. This is how I'm going to do it. Are you in or are you out? Are you on board or not? And as you're moving forward in this energy, you're coming across those people who are going to be on board and who are going to be loyal and devoted and committed. So there's a shift here in this way. You may want to check out your moon sign and your rising sign videos. Some weeks your moon sign or rising sign might resonate more than your sun sign. I will have a playlist in the description of the video so that you'll be able to find the other signs, the other videos, and watch them. Love readings for December are also linked in the description. If you would like to schedule a private reading with me, there's a link in the description that will take you to the scheduling page, calendly.com/amethystangelite, and you can schedule a private reading with me there. As always, don't forget to check out the daily messages on the channel. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a fabulous week ahead. Take care and be well, my darlings.